Hello everyone and welcome to the Digimon Ghost Game video. This time I'm going to be going over the synopses for the next chunk of episodes, and this is according to the TV Guide listings. So this is for episodes 22, 23 and 24. So first of all we have episode 22, which will not be airing this weekend but the following weekend as there's a 1 week hiatus. So we've got episode 22 airing on March 20th, and this episode is called Nightmare. The synopsis reads, Jellymon starts a new business called Cherry Blossom Sleep Therapy with Pillowmon, a Digimon that brings restful sleep. The service is meant to provide restful sleep beneath cherry blossoms, but all of a sudden, the sleeping participants begin to moan in pain and suffer injuries. Around the same time, Ruri and Angoramon, who participated in the Cherry Blossom Sleep Therapy, are attacked by Skull Greymon in their dreams. Ruri and Angoramon desperately try to escape, but they always return back to Skull Greymon in a looping nightmare. In the real world, injuries begin to show up on their bodies. So this is very Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the whole, you're getting attacked by a monster in your dreams and the injuries are appearing on your real body, not just in the dream. So if you die in your dream, you die in real life, that sort of thing. So it's very much, I'm not sure if it's just a coincidence or if it's just retelling that story like how we've had Peter Pan and various other mythology or stories being retold in Ghost Game. But that could be a good inspiration for this episode, and it's a very scary one at that. So I'm wondering who the Mon of the Week will be. If it'll be just Skull Greymon is just appearing in people's dreams, or if there's a Digimon that's behind it. It could be Pillowmon. Whether or not Pillowmon's doing this on purpose or by mistake, it seems in character for maybe it's the power that it has that it could be doing this, but I kind of want it to not be evil. I'm wondering if it could be because of Bakumon, who also has power over dreams, but we already have a Bakumon in the series, and last time we checked he was pretty good, but then again, Bokumon and Bakumon were friends. And Bakumon has died, and we haven't really checked in on Bakumon since Bakumon's death. So it could be Bakumon having a bad time, but it's more likely just Pillowmon being the Mon of the Week, whether or not it's doing this on purpose, or it could just be Skull Greymon just kind of sneaking into people's dreams and causing some problems. I don't know. It's nice to see that Ruri is the main character of this episode, or seemingly going by what's happening in this episode. I like how we have Jellymon having another side business. We already know she's doing tasks for other Digimon, so it's kind of nice that she's doing, like she's trying to start her own business up. That's kind of cute. And of course, if this is a Ruri episode, we may get maybe an evolution for Sinbara and Goramon to finally reach perfect level to fight another perfect level, but it could just be them strengthening their own bond and then growing towards that eventual evolution, which, judging by how Ghost Game's been doing it so far, it's more like that they want to build on that relationship before we jump into having an evolution, compared with Colon when they were just like, okay, it's the evolution episode, this is the only time that we can ever do character growth or character moments. So yeah, it could just be working towards that bond to have our evolution moment at some point from Sinbara and Goramon. So next up we have episode 23, which is called Groaning Bugs, and this is airing a week after, so March 27th. And the synopsis reads, on a night with a pale red moon, Digimon suddenly turn violent and attack people. Clockmon asks for help from Hiro and the group in order to stop the attacks. However, Gammamon, Angoramon and Jellymon also start acting strangely and vanish after attacking their humans. Suspecting from their abrupt change that they were caught by some illness, the humans make a visit to Mummymon. So yay, we get Mummymon returning. But without any leads, there's a possibility that they will never be restored back. Around this time, Clockmon, who was surveilling the city at night, notices a suspicious red haze from a communication device. So this synopsis doesn't really give us much other than we get the return of Clockmon and the return of Mummymon, who are both basically on the side of the kids, or so we believe anyway. And I'm really honestly hoping that this is all the work of Sangloopmon, which is Dracumon's adult form, mainly because I really want Dracomon to come back in and be important in the plot, and I really like Sangloopmon because we've not really seen much of him, and he's been around since forever. He was on the Axel, and that's about it. A few virtual pets here and there, but yay, that'd be cool if we got that Digimon. So I'll read a bit from the reference book entry because it kind of like maybe seems like it could fit in. So the Digimon reference book entry says, a noble blood-sucking wolf Digimon. It is a considerably old species of Digimon and is said to have survived since the genesis of the digital world. Digimon who have had their blood sucked by Sangloopmon have all their information drawn out of their digicores and cease vital functions and die. Sangloopmon is able to instantly move to a different place as it rushes about the net by breaking down the data into packets of its own volition. For this reason, it is said to be very difficult to capture a Sangloopmon. Its special moves are flinging thousands of tiny blades and instantaneously skewering the opponent from within, Sticker Blade, and dissembling its own data and melting into the opponent's shadow black mind. So, it doesn't seem like it could be Sangloopmon, just judging by that, but we have some kind of like horror elements, though the whole pale red moon makes it seem like a werewolf kind of thing, and Sangloopmon's kind of more of a vampire wolf. So it could be possible. It could be possible that we get the return of Dracomon as an evolved adult level Digimon, because it's been quite some time now. It's almost, as of this episode, it would have been 20 episodes since we saw Dracomon. So if he came back, that'd be a good time for it. I'm really hoping that we get him coming back soon, because I think I say this every time I make a prediction video, like, please, can Dracomon please come back into the plot now? That'd be great. But anyway, so that's episode 23. And then, of course, we have episode 24, the last synopsis that we have, and that's called Twisted Love, and that airs on April 3rd. The synopsis reads, people who interact with Yuto, a normal high schooler, begin to have their limbs turn into ivy with floating circle static. Yuto, getting anxious about this because would you not, finds Ruri's online account. And this is a website run by Ruri where she is gathering information on the weird phenomena. There, he finds a photo of Hiro, whom he knows, and goes to him for advice. After consulting with him, Hiro and Ko begin investigating, but both Hiro and Kiyoshiro also get attacked by a monster in grass form. Sensing danger, Hiro and Ko continue to keep watching at Yuto's parents' store, where the grass monster appears again and kidnaps Kiyoshiro and Yuto. So, I think this person is just like a human of the week, in the same way that Daigo was in the bird episode. We were kind of like, oh yes, we're getting another chosen, and it was just, Daigo's name wasn't even mentioned in the whole episode. At least in this episode, it seems that Yuto is more of a character, but I don't think he's going to be relevant. I would assume that a lot of people say, oh, are we going to get our 6th Ranger, technically 4th Ranger? Maybe, but I don't think that it'll be Yuto, unless the communication device that's mentioned in the synopsis for episode 22 ends up to be a Digivice VB, and we kind of like go, oh, who will be the one who gets this Digivice? And it turns out to be this guy with the grass monster. Now, while the Mon of the Week here could be Blossomon, there is also a newer Digimon called a Jataramon, but this Digimon is kind of typically nice, so while the episode synopsis does fit a Jataramon a little bit, I can't see him doing that because he's a fairly nice Digimon. His reference book entry is like, this is just a nice guy. He looks like he could be a little bit rough, but he's actually a really nice guy. However, knowing what we know about Ghost Game, about how a lot of episodes end with a huge misunderstanding, I thought people like to be turned into flowers and such and whatnot, but I'm kind of thinking it could be Blossomon, but it's fairly obvious that it might be Blossomon just because a lot of other seasons have had Blossomon as being like a Mon of the Week that does this, so it'd be kind of weird if we just got Blossomon again. I'm pretty sure there was an identical episode of Cross Wars that sounded exactly like this, and the Mon of the Week was Blossomon. So hopefully it's not just Blossomon again, but I mean, I wouldn't mind too much. It could also be Floramon, because that is also kind of hanging out in the flowers. It could even be Zasomon, who we previously established as being moderately suspicious in his actions, or their actions. This is a huge a number of Zasomon just being very suspicious. So it could be them, but judging by their kind of MO in this, I don't think it is. But it seems like, just from what I know about Digimon, it could just be Blossomon. But a Jataramon, I guess it's a possibility. It's a new Digimon, and Ghost Game like to use new Digimon or Digimon that haven't been animated that much. And that's why I think that it might not be Blossomon. It could also be Palmon, or the slight variant of Palmon, which is Aruramon, which is like just Palmon but has a grey flower instead of the pink flower. So that's a possibility with the attack being Poison Ivy, and people are becoming Ivy, I guess. But anyway, that's all we have for these chunk of episodes. Of course, I got these translations from the TV Guide listing on With the Will, so I'll be linking that in the description and in the comments like I have previously done with my prediction videos. But yeah, we don't get an episode title for an episode without a synopsis. Previously, we've had like the synopses of like 3 episodes, and then we get a 4th episode just in title alone. We're not getting that. We just get 3 synopses, which I feel like that works a little bit better, to have everything with a synopsis and a title, and then just nothing just hanging there with just one line of just like vague evilness. I don't know. In any case, those are the synopses we have for these upcoming episodes. What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Am I crazy for really still hanging on to Dracumon coming back in these episodes? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. I'm seeing my YouTube analytics and they're all like, only like 20% of your viewers are subscribed. Please subscribe. I'm aiming to have 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and considering it's taken me almost a year to get just 1,000 subscribers, so from 10,000 to almost 11,000, it's taken me almost a year. So that's looking kind of doubtful. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends who have YouTube accounts to also subscribe and watch my stuff, because it helps out, and that'd be kind of cool. And I like it. My videos have been getting more views, which is kind of cool. So that's great, and it means that I can do more with the channel. If certain videos are getting more views, I'll do more of those videos than rather ones with the smaller views. So yeah, subscribe, like, watch my other videos, all that jazz. And of course, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!